Alright, thank you everybody for coming. In my portfolio, I wrote about real experiences that I had in my life. I wanted stories that people could relate to. Growing up, playing sports was like the biggest part of my life. It pretty much revolved around sports. I wanted a message that I wanted to get across in my writing. It was, life's too short, don't take it for granted. Take risks and good things could happen. Don't wait around when dealing with your goals. At a young age, I realized this, especially in the story that I picked for my revision, which was titled The First Game. It was a non-fiction piece. I was in a car accident, which I think we talked about in class, but it changed my life, not only for sports, but like on a day-to-day basis, like still to today. I can't do certain things without my back being in a ton of pain. So I really wanted to write this piece. Like when I first wrote it, I just tried to get across like the feelings that I had during the game. But in my revision, I talked more about the accident and like how it affected my life. So I'm gonna read a piece from my writing. Sitting in the cold waiting room, I had the impression that this is going to end badly. I had failed 3 straight years. Why wouldn't this be any different? I tried to compose myself and think positive, but I couldn't. I was approaching my senior year of high school, and I have yet to play 1 second of football. This physical could make me live with the what-ifs, or it could give me the opportunity to play one last time. As the nurse called my name, sweat took over my hands, and my heart stopped. Being called nervous would have been an understatement. This was about to be the moment of truth. I instantly thought back to the night I thought it was all over. I used concrete, significant details in almost all of my writing, especially in this one. According to Burroway, concrete is an image that the reader can see, taste, touch, smell, and even feel. Significant, there's an abstraction or judgment, and details, you focus on the one image. In this writing, I talked about the smell of burgers coming from the concession stand, the band playing our fight song, the seat I was in, and also the banner that the team ran through. All these may have a positive connotation to them, but for me, on that one evening, none of it did. The burgers made me want to vomit. The band playing our fight song, which usually gave me goosebumps and fired me up to watch the high schoolers play when I was young, it made me very depressed and I didn't want to hear it anymore. The seat that I was in was wooden. I talked about splinters that were going into my butt because it was just such an awful experience. The banner, which all the players love to be the first one to run through, and it's like the last thing you do before the game starts that pumps up the crowd. I almost didn't watch the guys run through it. In my revision, I took a lot of your feedback, and what you guys wanted was like more clarity if I ever played football again. So I did what Anissa did in her one piece where I wrote an insert in the beginning and then at the end. The piece that I read was from the beginning, and then the part at the end talks about the doctor and my conversation that he did clear me to play. I didn't go in and change anything to my story, but I did add a lot of detail to wherever I gave a certain emotion that I had. I went and I made that emotion as bad as I possibly could. Like, I really wanted the reader to feel how devastated or how sad I was. In the beginning, I talked about a feeling of sadness I had. I didn't really clarify like how I was sad, so I kind of talked about the flock of butterflies that were going in my stomach. It was almost to the point where I was going to puke because the knots were just insane. Revising this piece I thought would be really interesting because I thought this was my best piece that I wrote for class. And going through, I felt like I made it 10 times better, and I appreciate like your guys' insights on everything. So at this time, any questions? Thank you.